What's up, y'all? It's Mike Holloway, winner of Survivor Worlds Apart. And you're about to listen to a podcast with two best friends that love to talk about the game that we all love, Survivor. So sit back, grab a Dr. Pepper, because I'm 155,000% sure you're about to love to listen to Dwayne and Dave. Take it away, guys.
Hello, everybody. This is Dwayne.
And this is David.
And we're just two best friends talking about the show we love, Survivor. Tonight, we have a lot to cover. We've got a recap of episode 4, What's the Beef? We have iTunes reviews. We have your feedback. We have Mikko's challenge. We have D&D fantasy points and so much more. We already have a lot of people on the chat, in the chat room. stwdd.com/live is where you can watch us live, enjoy yourselves, talk amongst yourselves, answer Mikko's questions for me since I tend to get them wrong. So, hey, David, have you ever had this happen to you? You go to your drawer to find something to wear because your wife said, hey, we're going to go to a friend's house and play cards, right? Right? So you go to your drawer and you're looking for something to wear, right? Like a shirt. No, you never go look for something to wear?
I'm thinking.
Okay, well, all right.
Go ahead. Sorry. That was my first jab. Go ahead.
Yeah. And you can't find that perfect tee, that perfect T-shirt that you know people are going to avert their eyes from your face to your chest and go, what in the world are you wearing? Right? Mm-hmm. Right? Because every time I wear my Survivor Talk T-shirt, I find people staring at my chest. They're like, what is that? So anyway, we have solved the problem for you. Survivor Talk with D&D tees and hoodies are available through the 24th. And tees are $12, hoodies are $25. Women's are $14, and kids are also $12. Lots of good ones. stwdd.com/shirt. So, David, I asked Kelly Wentworth, who you know has one of our shirts, right, about why people should wear our shirt besides being cheap. She said, quote, are you ready? This is an actual quote from Kelly.
Okay, I'm listening.
I love wearing my D&D shirt because now people I don't even know approach me about the show Survivor, all thanks to this amazing shirt.
I'm sure that's why they approach her about Survivor.
And then she said, no, seriously, I really do love your shirt. But she thought that was funny. And then Will Dennison's 7-year-old daughter, Gracie, she said, I love my Survivor Talk shirt. Yay! That was Gracie, 7 years old. So you, too, can have happy children and happy people around you by wearing a Survivor Talk T-shirt.
According to my wife, I don't have a perfect T-shirt, so I should never wear them outside the house.
Yeah.
So, except for my Survivor Talk.
Don't you love it when your wife goes, well, it's kind of snug? Don't you hate it when she does that?
I've never heard her say that.
Oh, my wife does. But, I'll be like, put on a shirt. I go, I don't think I should wear this. Well, it is kind of snug, and you're poking. So
Terry's comment more of is that what you're wearing?
Yeah, really.
My comment is not anymore.
All right, let's get started. Episode 4, What's the Beef? I have several initial thoughts. My first one, David, Abby's vote really didn't make a difference. The whole I haven't made a decision yet thing at Tribal Council, if the average watcher had stopped and thought, now wait a second, it really didn't make a difference. Andrew and Savage and Tasha, they had Woo already. They didn't need Abby.
She's playing at a level so far away from everybody else, it's just almost unwatchable. But
yes. Well, I have
being the decision maker. Yes, absolutely. You have no power right now because they could vote you out if they wanted to.
Yeah. Well, I actually have more to say about that. I think Tasha and Savage did want to make sure she was on their side. I just think once they hit Tribal Council, they already had her and they already knew it. So, do you have some initial thoughts? I have 3 more.
This is why I don't write them down after the episode, because my first page of notes is my initial thoughts.
Nice.
So my first one is, let's see, do I have anything on Abby to match yours?
Wait, you have paragraphs for your initial thoughts?
Yes, I have 5.
Nice.
I first thought I had 6 pages of notes. Then I realized, no, the first page is all initial thoughts.
Golly. All right, go ahead.
My Abby-related initial thought is, if Abby has a strategy to actually win the game, I would love to hear it. And not post-game when she has time to explain all of her conversations.
Okay.
But I'm going to go out on a limb here and say she does not win this season.
Okay.
I'm just putting it out there.
Is it a strong limb?
It better be if I'm on it.
Okay. All right. Because that shirt's fitting awfully snug. I have another initial thought.
Yeah.
We need more Varner. I need more Varner. I didn't get enough Varner. I want more. More Varner is better than less Varner. Here, I have asked someone to explain how more Varner is better than less Varner.
More is better than less, because if stuff is not if there's more less stuff, then you might want to have some more, and your parents just don't let you because there's only a little bit.
Right.
We want more. We want more. Like, you really like it. You want more.
I want more. I want more. I want more. Varner.
You really like it. You want more.
I really like it, and I want more. My parents won't let me. That's from an AT&T commercial, by the way.
Well, that was good. In relation to Varner, as much as I hate to admit it, as much as I did not want it to happen, Tasha and Savage made the exact right decision. I know that's completely bad English, but they made the right decision in letting Varner go instead of Wu.
Yeah.
Because another initial thought leading from Wu is, where has this Wu been? Because I really enjoyed watching Wu this week, because I don't know if he woke up or they just turned his mic on, but he had a lot of good things to say at the end of the episode. But even so, he's not going to corral anybody on the other side like Varner would. Varner is a manipulator, and they made that clear. And I kind of felt his pain, because I think that's part of why I got kicked out in Maine. So, and I didn't mean for that to rhyme, and I certainly didn't take up any time to do that. So,
oh, David,
I know I'm stopping right there because I have no hair. But anyway,
I think wow, I think Wu has an awareness button somewhere on his body, and somebody accidentally hit it. And this episode, he became aware and started fighting for his life.
Maybe it came up when he felt threatened, when he felt like he was going, because I don't think he's felt that way till this episode. But he made some really good.
Okay.
Yeah, he made some really good points, and he definitely felt like his neck was on the line. So
yeah,
but I really, as much as I hated to lose another nerd herder for Tasha and Savage's game, they definitely got rid of the right person.
That's true. But I want more Varner. Even though he was on the Nerd Herd, you and Andy's Survivor Challenge team.
Yeah.
I still, Varner, if you're listening, bravo. I thoroughly enjoyed watching you this season.
All right, so
go ahead, David.
I agree. So if they have a heroes versus villains, which side would he be on?
Hero.
Really?
Well,
he might be a hero to the fans, but the way he plays, he could be a villain. He plays to the wall. So, I'm just saying.
You know what side he'd be on? Whatever side they needed someone on. And then they would adjust so that he fit it.
You're right, because his popularity is too high, I think, to put him as a villain. So he would probably definitely be a hero.
So there you go. All right. Do you have any more initial thoughts, David?
I sure do.
8-page document of yours.
The reward challenge. I would love to go off on the reward challenge, but we'll save it for when that time comes around.
Okay.
But I hate when one person, you know me, and you said it on Facebook, David hates this. And I'm thinking, what? I'm not running this race. Why do I hate it? And then what you said after that was right, in that I hate when one person controls, or the fate of the tribe is in one person's hands.
Oh, don't be so negative, David.
This challenge would have been better as an immunity challenge at Final 6 or Final 7.
Yes.
Just weigh the bags according to body weight. Put it there. But this is an endurance challenge. I love the challenge. I just didn't like how, the hero part of it. So, and I even asked Mike K, have they done this before for tribes? And Encyclopedia Mike said he could not recall one. He didn't remember one. So I'm going to take it on his word that there's never been a hero challenge like this during tribe
well,
time.
I have something to say about that, but whenever we get there. So go ahead. Any more initial thoughts?
Let's see. I do. One more.
Are you sure they're not just part of the
one more
recap? Okay.
what I got out of this episode was Luzon redemption, because Tasha is going deep. She's delivering titles. She's delivering votes. She is kicking it, and she is controlling, that tribe. The more Bayon wins, the more Spencer ingratiates himself to his rivals.
Mm-hmm.
He's digging in deep, and he's fitting in.
Yeah.
And I love me some Crafty Cass. I thought this episode was a Luzon redemption. This was a good episode for them.
Yeah. Yeah, I got some stuff to say about Cass, too. All right, I have one more initial thought.
I knew you wanted the last initial thought. So
I was going to say something about Abby, but I didn't want to write her name down twice.
That's bad. Really bad.
See, that's how you do it right there. All right, Anchor, night 9.
Hey, I got a question about
Wait
something I don't normally watch.
Done. All right, go ahead.
Previously on.
Oh, really? Do they still do that?
Yeah, they do. And I forgot to ask this last week, but who were Terry's 4 number 1 draft picks on his Takeo tribe?
Man, I don't know.
I know he's got Keith, Joe, and Terry. So I would say Terry and Joe. I'm sorry, Keith. You're funny, but you're not a number 1 draft pick unless the challenge is all confessionals. So no. But you got Joe and Terry. Then you got Sierra, Cass, and Kelly. I made Kelly my number 1 draft pick, but is Cass a number 1 draft pick? Is Sierra a number 1 draft pick?
No.
I mean, who's Terry's 4 number 1? So somebody in the chat room, if you could pick him out for me.
He's saying he's one of the 4.
Oh, yeah. I would say he is too. Him and Joe. And I would even say
well, then he's considering Keith then.
I guess he is.
Yeah.
So he must be a Keith fan.
Yeah.
And also, well, that's it. I don't want to banter on about previously on because I don't like to watch it.
I don't either. Night 9, Varner's happy. Boy, is he ever. Because apparently, according to his exit interviews, he fought like crazy to stay around, and he earned those 0 votes.
Oh, yeah. I like how he came back, and he didn't come back and say, I'm with you guys all the way. That wasn't what he said first. He said, I've been with Abby. I'm loyal to Abby.
Yep.
And if she's with you guys, I'm with you guys.
Yeah.
Which was a much easier conversation, I thought, than trying to come back and just bow at their feet.
By the way, Varner is the only male in the history of Abby's life that ever got away with calling her, you little beep, and not dying.
Well, that's true. He's still alive. He was out giving interviews today. That's true. He did get away with it.
Oh, man. Anyway.
The thing he said after that, though, was, tell me what I have to do.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that's what he said.
Yeah.
Great words. Words to live by in Survivor.
Yeah. So Tasha makes the mistake of talking to someone alone and letting Abby see her. So Abby confronts Tasha. Do you have anything to say about that little situation or what Tasha said to Wu or anything like that?
Just that we get early on that Tasha sees Varner for who he is. He's a manipulator. He's charismatic. He's likable once you get to talk to him. And he's good with Abby. But, just that she obviously sat kind of close to camp when she said this. But to me, her conversation wasn't really a hidden message.
No.
But I guess
Abby didn't like it.
He failed to take Abby's feelings into account because Wu is Abby's nemesis.
All right. So, David and all of you in the chat room, I have a scenario to place before you. I'm not sure what the delay is, so I'm not sure if they're going to be able to answer right away, but they can hear it while you're answering.
Mm-hmm.
You are dating Abby, David. You're not married anymore for some reason, and you are dating Abby. Mm-hmm. Or you never met Terry and you're dating Abby. You get up from dinner to get the manager because something's not right at your table, right? Abby is watching you as a beautiful woman approaches you, touches your arm, smiles, says hi, and then walks off. Do you, A, go back to the table, smile, and tell Abby what happened, knowing she'd understand? B, go back to the table and apologize for allowing the woman to approach you? Or C, run like a wild banshee and hope Abby doesn't catch you?
All right, where are we again?
You're at a restaurant.
Okay, I go back to Abby and say, I'm very offended by what that woman coming up and saying hi to me. I don't think we should come here again. I don't think we should ever eat at this restaurant again.
There you go.
Unless you really want to, Abby, because then I'll go talk to her again if you want me to.
What do you want, Abby? What do you want?
Whatever you want.
Oh, anyway.
I like this, and even our chat room is chiming in. He messes with me. He's dead, talking about Wu.
Oh, yeah.
But then she said, I have a problem with you having private conversations with someone who's voted against me. But how private was it when you heard it? So it wasn't too private.
Well, I don't know if she heard it, but she saw it.
Oh.
She saw them go off together, and they were, you know.
But does Abby know what game she's supposed to be playing? You've got to talk to everybody. You've got to find out what people are doing.
Right.
Varner even admitted after they drew for Buffs last week, he said that Kimmy dropped her box right in front of Varner's feet.
Yeah.
He did the same. Really smart. I love those little tidbits. And when they both stood up, she said,
"Don't." When they were down.
When they were down, right. She said, "Don't trust Savage. He talks all the time," or something like that.
Right.
So the first thing he did was made a beeline to Savage, who he's never spoken to in the game,
right.
And got everything out of him he could. I mean, what's Tasha doing? Tasha's doing the same thing. I think Tasha's building the fourth vote. She's already anti-Varner. If they lose again, she wants Varner gone. She's already got Abby. So why not start making Wu feel comfortable? Wu's been blindsided twice.
Well, of course.
So right. Why not? Tasha's playing the better game at that point than Abby is. Of course, I don't know what game Abby's playing, but Tasha's definitely playing the better game.
Abby likes to make everybody uncomfortable.
Wait a minute, is this last week's recap or is this week's recap?
Well, look at what she confronts Tasha in front of everybody, and Tasha's like, "Well, let's go talk about it in private." And she's like, No, we're going to talk about it right here. And then she confronts Wu in front of everybody. You know how when your kid's out in public with you and they're like, "Daddy, you're like, "Shut up. We'll talk about it when we get in the car." But why don't you love that? Be quiet. We'll talk. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Right.
Yes, I do know what you're talking about.
That's
what I'm saying is what Abby likes to cause, Abby likes to cause other people trouble or likes to, what was the first thing you said?
Well, actually, I think I tweeted her last week. You love creating awkward situations. And she was like, "Yep."
What I meant was you could put that at the top of your notes for every episode.
Okay.
We're going to cover that every episode.
All right. Well, let's get to Bion then.
Hang on.
Oh, come on.
Still talking about Abby. They're trying to tell us that Abby's the trouble. How long are they going to put it with Abby? Because even Savage says she's got deep-rooted insecurities, which makes her completely unreliable. Okay, so that's probably just the edit wanting us to believe that they're thinking about getting rid of Abby. They're never doing. But she's starting to see Wu's votes as personal. Really?
Yeah.
Personal?
Well, that's Abby, though.
Okay.
I mean, you're right. It's a game. They're not personal, but
you love watching her play. So
it's like in the movie, The Shop Around the Corner, right? Whenever he says
mattresses.
When he says to her, "It wasn't personal," and she goes, "Everybody always says it's not personal, but it is personal." So anyway.
Yes, dear.
Bion day 10. Jeremy is up before
There you go. Did you fix it? Can you still hear me? I can't hear you at all. Okay. What I got, even getting before Jeremy getting up, is that the first thing they showed is Steven in the hammock swatting flies. And I wrote Gilligan. I don't know why I was thinking Gilligan, probably because the Gilligan series was on this week on some probably TV land. But it's like Fishback is getting the Gilligan edit. And it's almost seems on purpose. I don't like it, but it seems on purpose. But I almost expected him to fall out of the hammock.
Okay, I'm here again.
There you go. But
sorry about that, y'all. But for some reason, my computer keeps cutting the audio out. So what's the last thing you heard me say?
Jeremy's up before everybody.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
So I went into my Gilligan explanation because for poor Steven, I feel like he was going to fall out of the hammock as he's trying to swat flies. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Let's show him doing something Survivor-ish. So, but anyway, but I love Jeremy's plan. He's confirming what Fishback said last time, and that we got to find this idol. So Jeremy pulls him in as if you're my most trusted ally. Let's go find what I know you're not going to find because I already have it.
Right.
Great plan. Great plan. I love it. I'll be his JT. I'll be glad to do that.
Because I ain't being second place.
Yep. And I also like Jeremy thinking proactively that they're going to come for me at some point.
Right.
And I want somebody that's going to trust me enough or want to work with me enough to come to me and tell me so I can play my idol. I'm just wondering if Steven's going to be one of the people behind the blind side. And if that's the case, that's trouble.
Right. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yep. You visibly stuck too. So, but now you're fine.
But I fix. See, the camera is not as hard to fix as the audio. So
what I wrote is if Jeremy thinks Steven is naive, then he's in for a blind side. And then I also wrote if they are coming after Jeremy, then I think Steven's going to be part of they, and that's going to be a trouble for Jeremy.
All right.
But I do like him pulling Steven in. I thought that was very smart.
All right. So I have a question. Anchor, day 10.
Mm-hmm.
Why did CBS decide to make a have-not tribe? I really don't like it.
Yes. Well, we throw in Brian's feedback right here since it's related to this. Do you mind doing? You want to do that now?
Sure. Go ahead.
All right, I'll pull it up. I got it right here. Brian.
This is Brian Marr, one of our bloggers on our website.
Yeah. And he says, hey, guys, in my recap, which his recap is up on our website as we speak. Yes. In my recap, I touched on the idea that the producers were rigging it so that Anchor had no hope of winning a challenge. They gave them very little to work with in terms of food and natural resources, not to mention had an immunity challenge that was incredibly physically demanding. So do you think they are trying to create another Matt Singh type underdog storyline?
In other words, they purposefully made Anchor have horrible setups or horrible situation.
Right.
Well, it's not working. They're not they're not doing very well.
Well, I mean, it's working that they're having a Matt Singh like run where they're losing consecutively. They've lost 2 in a row. Yeah. I don't think they did it on purpose. I think it's just more of a punishment unluckiness thing. You know, where the people that are unlucky enough to draw the gold buffs, then they're just in the worst position.
So what you're saying is they didn't have an ulterior motive because they did give them what they gave them on purpose, but their motive was not, to try to make a weak tribe.
Yeah, I don't think they purposefully tried to do that to a tribe, especially Savage. That's Probst's buddy, so they wouldn't do that to him. But
he didn't know he was going to draw the yellow.
Exactly. I could understand them telling a tribe you're going to be starting over with shelter and stuff.
Yeah,
but they really stuck him in a place that that's really bad. I just wonder if they were laughing when they dropped the fishing gear off for him. Here's some fishing gear, but good luck with that. So, but yeah, I wrote down waking up in a dead cove. I mean, that's what they were calling it, I guess, which tells me there's nothing there. No life, no food, no resources, no nothing. I don't know what that means. So I'll keep going. Gotcha. So, but the edit tells us who's surviving and who isn't, because we get Savage and Tasha both up, talking. They look like they've already had their coffee. They look like they've been up for a while, and everybody else is asleep or everybody else is laying down.
Right.
And so another reminder that Savage is overcoming the twist and Tasha is pushing through tough situations, whereas the others aren't faring so well.
Yeah. All right. You want to get to the reward challenge? Even though you hated it?
We covered all my other notes for Anchor Day 10. So reward challenge. I love the challenge. Hated the placement.
Yeah. They're playing for barbecue sets. And Probst called it a twist. The one person playing for your tribe was a twist, he called it. So.
Yeah. A twist as in it could make somebody's game, it could hurt somebody's game.
Right.
I love how you can count on it now. They're showing Cass's reaction to getting your first look at this other tribe.
Yeah.
The first week it was Vetus, like, wow. Second week it was Shireen, like, oh, wow. Third week, this week it's PG, and it's like, whatever. Can we just get to the challenge?
Yeah.
Just go. I was looking for a reaction, and sure enough, they gave it to us.
They're like, wait, who got voted out? Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So look for Cass's reaction after every vote out to see what she thinks.
So I don't really know how much. I mean, the reward challenge was pretty cool because they did come back from behind and it was exciting. But I agree with you. I prefer the full on the whole group fights for reward.
How close that challenge was. And how it could have gone anyway because people could have kept missing or kept making it would have been great as an individual challenge. I just thought it would have been a well-deserved challenge. But I I was just finding it interesting that Savage was talking to himself almost there.
Yeah.
Almost there.
Almost there.
And I kind of was like, ooh, I wonder if that's kind of foreshadowing. Him telling us that he's going to try to make a run. He gets almost there before he gets cut down. Just one of those things.
It would have been funny if he was going, I think I can. I think I can. I think I can.
I hope I can. I hope I can.
All right. So Anchor wins and Takeo wins also. So Anchor night 10. Now, this is what I'm thinking about this reward. They haven't eaten in 3 or 4 days. In fact, I think I heard Varner said he had like 3 crickets in 3 days or something like that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they gave them pork, sausage, greasy. Man, whatever they ate, they lost very quickly.
Yeah.
Just, you know what I mean?
Yep. The chat room is agreeing. I think Ebor, Ebor, Gerson, I want to say that's his name, Gerson. He told us how to pronounce it, and I've already forgotten how to pronounce it. That was last season.
Okay.
But I think that was the tribe that was the have and have not season, like you mentioned.
Yeah.
Susan said it's ruining this season. She doesn't like it. It's horrible for the audience, but only for a couple weeks. That's right. Let's see. But anyway, I know even Varner made a point of saying how grease was running down his hand and his arm, and I'm like, ugh. I like the vegetable shish kebabs, but So
well,
they didn't have
anyway.
They couldn't. So
let's talk about Takeo. Day 11. I mean, we already know Anchor 8. Great, fine. We're happy for him. Let's talk about Takeo. Cass wakes up early to make Kelly a birthday present.
Yes.
Right? She has totally changed her social game. Totally changed her game. I mean, if CBS is definitely making a point to show us how Cass is taking this second chance and not doing the same thing, but changing her game. And they must be showing that because she must do well for them to be pointing this out for us.
Yeah, the whole first part, not the first part, but the whole episode for me for Tasha was Tasha being able to talk strategy. Like she could not do for Cagayan. She was able to talk strategy this episode. For this section, I wrote a third of a page on the scene you're talking about right now.
Oh, my gosh.
I wrote, Luzon Cass, can she be trusted? Because, of all people, we get Kelly who's pointing out, hey, this is still Chaos Cass. No, if she smiles, I'm still not trusting her. If she gives me a gift, I'm still not trusting her. She didn't say all that, but that's what she's alluding to. This is still Chaos Cass. Earlier when Varner came back and was saying all these nice things to Savage and Tasha, that's nice, but these are still experienced players and should know better than to trust anything you're saying because they probably don't trust anything you're saying. But this is good on Kelly that she's, even though it turns out to be a gift, whatever play that turns into down the road, it's still Kelly being aware. And to me, that's a good edit for Kelly that she's still aware. It's still the lady that was Chaos Cass. No matter what Cass she is now, she was still Chaos Cass. So that's why I wrote, Luzon Cass, can she be trusted this season? Because the next segment is about Spencer. But anyway, But a lot of great lines in this segment, especially from Cass.
Yeah.
But did you like her? I like how Cass called it a lucky charm for our next challenge. Yeah. As she's standing next to one of the greatest Survivor challengers that we've seen in 30 seasons, Joe. He is your lucky charm. If you are tribe with Joe, you're lucky. If you're with Abby, you're unlucky. So it goes back and forth. And I wrote down that she said the winner of Second Chances will be someone who truly embraces evolution and change. And for me, that's being this more open person.
Right.
I love it.
That's my point.
She's embraced this idea of change. That's what Second Chance is about. If you play the same, you're 90% not going to win. You'll get lucky if you play the same. It didn't work for Russell either time. So you've got to change. And I like that she's changed. It also helps that her tribe is winning. She's yet to go to tribal council. She's very successful. So I know I just probably took all your words from that little scene, but go ahead.
No, I mean, it's for me, it's like Kelly is expecting a certain behavior from Cass, but Cass is continually showing a different behavior. Well, pretty soon that's going to make an impact. They're going to be like, you know what? Okay, she's not Chaos Cass. She's doing this. And then later on, Cass could bring out Chaos Cass if she needed to. but she's really doing a good job. And another thing, if I'm Kelly or anybody on the island, and there's someone literally 15 feet in front of the camp sitting on the sand working on something, I'm not thinking they're doing a fake idol. You know, I don't know what they're doing, but I'm not thinking they're making a fake idol because they're right out in front of everybody. So that's kind of why I think, you know, I guess some people might think she got caught and so she changed it to be a birthday present. But what I really think happened is she got up early. No one else was up. She decided, hey, it was Kelly's birthday. I'm going to make her a present. Part of my getting along with people, made the present, you know, even had the awkward moment of, no, turn around. Right. And then gave it to her. I just like the scene, and I like watching Cass.
Even Cass admits she didn't play the best social game in Cagayan.
All right.
She can talk to llamas, but she's also a lawyer. Cass is smart. Obviously, yeah. For anybody that thought she was actually trying to make an idol on the beach, come on. By that point, it's kind of like, okay, I see the end of the story. Yeah. I know something's coming around that's not what I think it's going to be.
Right. So, but you know what Kelly could do with that little bracelet? For people that don't know what it is, I found an idol.
Oh, yeah.
It could be a fake idol.
Well, see, that's just it. They don't know that they're going to look different, but I see your point. Kelly could stick something on there. If she
the real idol has the same beads on it.
But it's got something to it, right? It's a necklace with something on it.
Yeah, I know.
Which she knows what they look like.
Yeah.
So if she could find something to make a fake idol.
All right, let's move on. Bion, day 11. Now we talk about Spencer.
I entitled this segment, Luzon Spencer. Can he be trusted?
There you go.
Go ahead, David. This was the Luzon episode.
This is the Survivor by the Slice version of T&D. David's written like blogs for each section.
So what I really enjoyed this episode, by the way. I don't know if we said that in the beginning. I thought it was edited really well. It was edited well for Survivor, for suspense, for story building. And what was so cool is that they flat out pointed out, you got 3 tribes, 2 are the same, 1 is not. One tribe, you got 2 people that are down, and they're finding cracks, and they're fighting through. The other tribe, you've got 2 people that are down, and one of those 2 people on each tribe is throwing the other one under the bus.
Right.
I think Terry is trying to physically work his way into favor with the other 4. I don't know what Kelly Wigglesworth is doing because we're not really seeing it. But we saw both Spencer and Kelly throw their old tribe mates under the bus. And that's what we got here. Spencer's following Kelly's play and throws Wigglesworth under the bus, and even goes so far as to say, I think something incredibly smart. She's got her votes are owned by people on the other tribe.
That's right.
She is tied to them. She more than one tribe too. She's got people on both tribes over there, So, and I thought that was really smart. That was a great chess move. And then somebody named Monica showed up. Was she?
Yeah. Spencer went to the well and found another tribe mate.
So good on her.
And you know what? Good for Monica. She doesn't trust him.
Well, to me, this was the same. This was what inspired my titling these segments, is that her response to Spencer was, to me, similar to Kelly's response to Cass. I'll take it. I'll get you the, knuckles. That's fine. But you're still Spencer. You're still super smart, super fan, chess master Spencer. And you're still super smart lawyer Cass. You're still who you are. So I'll listen to what you got to say, but I don't know if I'm going to trust you. And Monica said she's not. Monica wants to
I think Cass is doing a better job than Spencer is. I think Cass isn't just okay. I think Spencer's is forced. He says it himself. Has horrible social skills. He says so. Cass says, okay, no, I'm just going to change how I'm acting. I think Cass is sincere in her change, and Spencer is trying to fabricate somebody he's not. You see what I'm saying?
I cannot disagree with you. I'm not disagreeing. I do agree that Cass is doing a better job.
Okay.
I think Spencer has a handicap that he was seen more of a strategic player in Cagayan than Cass was.
And he still is.
Yes, he still is. So that's why anything strategy-wise he says is going to be taken, very cautiously. Whereas Cass was known as chaotic, fought with Tony, antagonized. He's wasn't necessarily portrayed as a strategic person. So So she might be more believable. You're right. She could be turning a more social leaf. Yes.
That, and she's not showing any of her chaos side at all. Can you still hear me? Yeah, she's not showing any of her chaos side at all. Boy, I got to get this ugly picture of me off the screen. So what I'm saying is, Spencer, when they watch Spencer, they still see what they saw when he first played. When they watch Cass, they don't see that anymore. This is a different Cass. Right. This isn't the same Cass with a mask on. This is a different Cass. Mm-hmm. And so therefore, I think her new gameplay is going to settle in better than Spencer's. Okay, so there you go. So we disagree on that.
No, we're not. I'm not disagreeing. No. I cannot disagree with you. I agree that she's doing a better job of being a new Cass versus a new Spencer. I agree, but he's also got the handicap of being a challenge threat. He is physically capable of being a bigger challenge threat. Right. So yes, she could lock in better than he probably can.
All right. Well, let's get to the immunity challenge. The immunity challenge, which is also called "Let's Make the Medical Team Earn Their Money" challenge. I mean, what can you say? Well, let me tell you. Okay, let me just go ahead and get this. I'll just get my stuff out, and then you can read your book. So I love when you look at this challenge from above. By the way, if at any time you lose me, just put your hand up like that so I'll know. Okay? All right. So I love when you looked at the challenge from on top. They had like a little creek going in between and all this stuff. So you didn't just have solid land to walk across. You had to go through water and stuff to get to these big things. Yeah. And they were all over the place. I loved it. Super heavy, but my gosh, did we have some potential broken bones. I thought Spencer was going to lose his kneecap on that one shot. That was rough. So
it was rough. My question is, why did they have to be so heavy? Have you ever heard of styrofoam?
Yeah, really.
Why did you have to build 100-pound blocks?
Well, because they want it to be hard.
I guess they didn't want Abby carrying one by herself. So
yeah.
Wow.
Well, Joe carrying him by himself.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm telling you.
So
man.
What eventually happened, if you look at it, Joe just ends up doing it all, So
yeah.
because Keith couldn't hear. So why yell at Keith if he can't hear you?
Standing right in front of you.
That's right.
And he can't hear you.
All right. So I really like that part.
Great. Oh, I loved it. I loved the challenge. And it was neat because I think, I don't know, but I think Joe figured out all I'm going to do is once she tells me I have it, I'm running to her voice. Yeah. By now we've cleared the path and he just starts running. What an epic run for him. Pretty much he was carrying everything. Poor Terry was lost. People were yelling for things, and Keith, I don't know how many pieces he got, but he couldn't hear him anyway.
I don't. Yeah. I
wrote down that getting to the end, I wrote Bayon, last to get all their pieces, first to finish. To KO, first to get all their pieces, but second to finish. And then Angkor passed out on their pieces. I don't even think they had two pieces put together. It was tired just watching them. To see those people be so worn out, and that was really grueling. So, but before we go past the immunity challenge, I want to go to the chat room just for a second. EVS Perry, somebody in our chat room, had some good points about Monica said she wanted Spencer out because of some misplaced desire for a girls' alliance. Now, I never discount a confessional, even from someone that may not be at the end of the game.
Yeah.
You never want to count that out. So yes, you did point. That's a good point that she's made. But she also has a good point in that Spencer is very young. He is trying. Cass is much more mature.
Where did you talk about while I was trying to get back online?
Oh, I talked about the challenge. I just who won, who got their pieces first. I mean, that's actually the shortest segment of my notes right there. That's all I wrote for the challenge.
So my audio goes out. You're like, I have nothing to say.
I'm gonna close out this challenge now.
All right. Well, did you notice Anchor they were just kind of like, you know what? To heck with this challenge. Let's just sleep while we can.
I had a moment like that in Maine during that sandbag challenge.
Oh, my. Oh, well.
As we were waiting for the green team, the green team to get Jeff back, get his elbow hyperextended. Yeah.
Right.
When I went to him and said, hey, guys, we don't need to win. 4th place is fine. We've already got stuff we need to make it through the night. We're good. Don't kill yourselves in this challenge. I'd already bowed out. And then they ended up forfeiting, so we got to pick something anyway. But, yeah, I just sympathizing with them being so hot. I mean, even Probe said it lasted an hour.
Wow.
And I just
Anchor looked horrible at the end of that. I mean, really.
Have you ever dropped anything on one of your toes?
Yes. I
have too. And it's the little toe. It's the little baby toe. But you know what? It hurts for a while. Yeah. You can't do anything when your toes are hurting.
That's right.
So, but we were live chatting. I stayed home last night. I got to watch it with you, and you got to watch like the first 30 minutes, I think. And it was neat. We were chatting with a lot of people, and we were saying, okay, Mr. Smarty Pants. I said, who's gonna win the challenge quick, or who's gonna lose the challenge quick? And you said the people that get the puzzle put together last. So, but anyway, I picked Anchor. Yes, you were right, because they had no puzzler. Who was going to do the puzzle on their challenge? Because
that is true.
Tasha started the other puzzle and ended up pulling out for somebody else. But I mean, all the puzzlers were on the other teams. So I felt bad for them. It was almost to the point of, because you wonder how much time they spend, before each challenge strategizing. Tell Pepper to stop.
Timothy must be coming home.
Oh,
but hey, we're just two best friends talking about the show.
At our home.
So sometimes our dogs bark at us.
Yeah, I had to let mine in so they'd stop barking. But thinking before the challenge, all right, we need somebody to lead the puzzle. Who's going to lead the puzzle? And you got Joe, and you got everybody pointing at Joe. Joe's the puzzle magnet. And then the other tribe, you got Spencer, and Spencer can do it, and they did. And then on Anchor, they all look at each other.
It's kind of like Woo, maybe.
All right, let's just get the pieces to the end, and then we'll see what happens.
Woo really almost kind of looked like the only one that was really even. I mean, Varner's toe was hurting so bad. Abby was just like holding something. Savage was over there, throwing up in the corner. So, But
made you feel like Savage made the most trips. Plus, he had just done the other challenge a day or two before.
Right.
So Varner should have been the big help because he was the talker. He wasn't running. But after smashing his foot, I mean, he's more in pain. Then you're right. It fell on Woo and Tasha.
Yep. All right, so let's get to Anchor, day 11. Varner's pinky toe, what? Have you already talked about this?
To answer Susan's question, yes, I think PG was good at puzzles. I think it would have been better for them to keep him. However, that would have put another female out running the course instead of Varner and somebody else calling. But, different things. That was another difference. Anchor had a male caller. Everybody else had female callers. So there was more men running for them than there was for Anchor.
That's true. So Tasha thinks Varner needs to go. Varner and Woo are talking and says, Abby is with Tasha and Savage, so it's either me or you. Which really, Woo tries talking to Abby, which is just like, that's not going to work.
Man, you're like skipping to my last page of notes or something.
Well, there's not a whole lot to talk about on that day.
I loved how they came back and Varner made it clear, I am no threat to anyone because of his foot. And then Savage says, for the record, Varner is no physical threat to anyone.
Oh, nice.
And that's a great line because it points out it's very clear that he's clarifying you're no physical threat, but know, there's more than one type of threat.
That's right.
So, and I love how Tasha realizes, if it wasn't for Abby, we wouldn't be in control.
Right.
But we are. So she does give her props for that. I think there's some commitment there. There's some allegiance there. But like you said earlier, just keeping her happy. You just gotta
Go ahead.
Well, but she also explains she's unpredictable. She'll make a decision, then a minute later she'll change her mind.
Right.
I mean, how long do you want to stay with that person?
But why? But they don't even need her. They don't need her. All they need is Woo. That Savage, Tasha, and Woo could take out Varner. They don't even need Abby. Why are they,
because
making a big deal about we have to get Abby on our side? No, you don't.
Well, you have to have somebody. And Abby was the first one, the easiest one to get because Varner is too smart. He's too talkative. He's very charismatic. Woo I think would have come over, but he's also a physical threat. Over. He did. That's something too. They said, Wu, you were never in this alliance. You didn't go. Yeah, he did. He voted with who he thought he was voting with. If he'd have known he was only in PG were the only ones voting, he wouldn't have voted for Abby.
Right.
But Wu thought he was voting with Tasha and Savage.
That's right.
So he was loyal to them. He was on the wrong side. But at the same time, Wu's going to be a threat if the 4 of them make it to the merge. Wu could go back to his old tribes, or he could start winning challenges. Abby is the one who's not going to win challenges. I'm sorry, Abby, but unless you're given an advantage where you skip 2 rounds, you're not going to win a challenge.
I don't think that's fair.
And she's also not going to corral too many other players because they can see how she is.
If they have a beauty contest, she'll win, or she'll at least be up there. If they have a who can create the most awkward situation, she'll win.
They had a hero challenge for the first time, so you are absolutely right. They could have those crazy challenges.
There you go.
But she won't win.
Okay.
And then, but she is the one person, as funny as it may sound, and I know you're the one that likes watching her play, and she drives me nuts, but she's the one constant that they can keep and they can control. They figured out what it takes to we can make him happy, but down the road he's going to be a nemesis. Like Vernon said, he's going to be a threat.
Okay.
Abby is the one they can control. They figured out and they put all their eggs in Abby, and it's worked so far.
Okay. That's fine. My point was CBS tried to make this big deal about how Tasha and Savage had to get Abby, and Abby was controlling the vote and all this kind of stuff. But they didn't need her to get Varner out. That's all I'm saying.
Oh.
I understand why they want her. I'm just saying they don't really need her. They had the votes without her. So did she really control the vote? I doubt it.
She felt like she did. I thought you were alluding earlier to saying that they let her feel like she did.
Well, they probably did.
But if they don't vote with her, then you're going back to camp with a dragon with fire breath.
Right.
So you want to make sure she's in control. You want to make her feel – that's the Kim Spradlin way. Let them feel like they're making the decisions. They're in control. Dragon as far as you can. Hold on. So Wu and Abby talk.
Okay.
This was the great moment because I love this because this is when it went into the me mode about Wu and Abby. Wu is worried about seeing all the old Takeo tribe members being voted out, all this kind of stuff. We were up 4-2, and now we're all being voted out. And he says the nice thing, the right thing. What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
And Abby says, I've been reflecting as well. Well, first off, Wu wasn't reflecting. He was freaking. He was worried. and her comment is, it feels good to be wanted.
Yes.
They are making me feel comfortable. I'm in a good spot.
Right.
Wu's like, that's not the point of the conversation. I'm not asking how you're feeling right now. I'm not asking if you're comfortable. I'm asking, do you see what I see? Do you see what I see? You're not paying attention. And she says, I'm comfortable. And Wu's got a great point. The same thing I said last week. She said, I'm number 4 with you, but they're bringing me in. I'm like, yeah, but you're number 11 with them. They've still got all their tribe. You're losing yours, so you're not anywhere higher with that tribe.
Yeah, but you voted for me twice.
Yes, I did. But Wu says, don't get too comfortable. And he goes on to explain that they're buddy-buddy with you because they need your vote. And she says, yeah.
Uh-huh. I'm okay with that. David's hitting himself.
Okay. So anyway.
She goes back to, but you voted for me twice. But you voted for me twice.
I know. That's her reply to everything. So he pitches Varner, and Abby says, I just want people who will value my personality and what I bring to the table. What does she bring to the table?
Her personality. All right. Before we get
and she closes by saying, no hard feelings.
No.
Whatsoever. She never has hard feelings.
No hard feelings, but I took everything you said personally. Yes.
Okay, and I know I'm belaboring this.
No, you are not allowed to talk about her and Tasha talking.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Wait.
Oh, sorry. But as you say that, you froze. So now I have the mic all to myself. So as we go to, I wish you could see the picture that I have frozen on my screen. But I know he has a point he wants to make, so I'm going to give him 3, 2, 1 to come back. Let's go to the chat room. What are they saying? Joe's Evolution, perfect to flawed. Susan says they could have real estate selling challenge for Abby to win. That's true. That's a challenge that Abby could probably win. And then EVS Perry says, a night with Abby after the tribe doesn't vote with her. Scary. I completely agree. And that's why they are just catering to Abby, making her feel like she's the most important person, probably that it was her idea. And that we go that, like I said, if you're going to keep Abby at camp, Abby has to be happy. So keep her happy. So before we go to.
I am so upset with you. Although
I didn't go there yet. I did not go to Abby and Tasha yet.
All right. It actually worked out very well. This was my favorite conversation of the whole show.
Oh.
What worries me? What worries you about? For me twice. So what was he's not a loyal guy towards me. There's something about him that wants to get me out of here. Here's the thing, Varner. I thought he should have gone last time. But how that has not proven anything to me so far. Who do you think we're gonna lose immunity with? Wu or with Varner? Who is the biggest liability?
Yeah, but Varner has protected me many times. He has proven his loyalty to me many times.
I appreciate his loyalty.
Give me the benefit of the doubt for wanting to think about it.
Yeah, no. I think if you want to be loyal to Jeff, you was loyal to me before. Well, if that is what will make you sleep at night,
it's not about that, Tasha.
I'm trying to make you feel better.
I'm thinking.
I'll just listen while you think.
Wu wasn't loyal to me.
Okay, I apologize. On our Facebook page, somebody wrote Tasha's patience was unbelievable in this episode. And I want to say it was Tim. I forget. I'm sorry. But they're so right in this scene. Oh, my gosh.
I'm thinking. You have to give me the benefit of the doubt.
I just loved it. I titled this segment All About Abby. How many times did she say me?
It's all about Abby.
Wu worries me. There's something about Wu, like you said. And oh my gosh, he has not proven anything to me so far. But Varner has proven his loyalty to me. He has protected me many times. Wu isn't loyal to me.
Got it, David.
That's so funny. I'm going to end up being a fan of watching her play because it drives me nuts.
There you go.
And then the one thing, I love that when they came back, I almost want to say Savage and Tasha said, don't let Varner get to Abby. They recognize it. They give him credit. Don't let him talk to her. And then sure enough, the last scene we get is at the well. And Varner goes in, melts Abby by saying, I miss my Abby time. Yeah. We don't get to talk anymore.
Yep.
So.
All right, let's go Tribal Council.
That was a great segment. I'm sorry, but that was really well edited and really funny. It was just really good.
Yeah. Varner is attacked by a bat.
Or a large moth, whatever it is.
Maybe it was a large moth. But anyway, while he's talking about his foot. And Wu actually played the game during Tribal Council. I'll outlast Varner. I will be an asset. Varner will not. I will stick with you. I will be with you the whole game. I mean, he truly finally played the game at Tribal Council.
I wrote down more Wu comments at Tribal Council than I probably did all of Cagayan. I loved his first.
He made more of them.
Yes, his first line was, "It's about being able to outlast one another," and
I just
I'll be
said
able to
that.
outlast him for sure. You said everything. You threw all.
You're going to repeat everything I said so you can read your notes. Go ahead.
I didn't write them for nothing. But Abby said, "I've been reflecting all day. Haven't made up my mind up yet."
Right.
So let's see. It was great.
Oh, really? Is that what you wrote down on your notes? It was great.
I have a page, but you're just gonna chide me. So I'm just gonna go back to reflecting on my notes.
Okay. Varner pitches hard, but not hard enough. So
I liked. It's time to vote.
Yes.
Wu, you're first. Wu makes one more plea. He makes it
playing
official.
The game.
Abby said, "You've just made it to her, but you didn't make your loyalty to me." And I'm like, well, she's talking to me right now. You're not talking to me right now. But he makes it public, makes it official. I am pledging my loyalty to you.
Yep.
And then she makes the great comment of, make sure you don't write down Abby.
That's right.
It would have been funny if he had, though.
Yep. Yeah. So Varner goes home. Varner played for his fans. And Varner, you played very well thank you for a wonderful game.
Yep.
Thoroughly enjoyed it. Absolutely enjoyed watching him play. All right, it is time for our listeners' thoughts. If at any time David loses my audio, he will take over reading whatever I am reading. Right, David?
You got it.
Okay. What are you reading right now?
My screen was popping at me because I was getting messages, but I'm still in the chat room.
All right. This is from Miko, who will be doing our Miko's Challenge later on in the game. Hey, guys, I'm making this one short because I've been feeling a bit sick lately, but I'm powering through this like Andrew Savage. Not the comparison I like making, mind you, because I'm really not a huge fan of this hero edit he's getting. But that being said, I kind of hate saying it, but I wasn't completely rooting against him as usual on this episode. If you knew me, that's a big compliment coming from me, smiley face. As far as other people, I'm loving the edit Cass is getting. Although that being said, I'm slightly worried about the inclusion of Kelly's confessional. Is this an indication that the story is going to be that people don't buy what Cass is selling? And what's more, I'm concerned it might be bad for Kelly's chances that she has shown as having the wrong impression since she didn't get a chance to explain her mistake in a confessional. Although, that being said, maybe it's enough that they were all laughing about it at camp. Only time will tell. Monica spoke for another episode in a row. Yay! I'm just increasingly worried that this means she's about to get voted out, especially since we hear Kimmy saying she's a snake in the grass. Are you sure this is Miko's?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't think Kimmy's talking about Monica. I think
I
she's
don't
talking
remember
about
it being
Elizabeth.
this long.
Yeah.
All right. She's a snake in the grass in the preview for next week. And if you recall, that's exactly how Mick described Monica in his voting confessional when she was voted out in Samoa.
Oh.
I just wanted to also address this claim brought up by Andy Baker a couple of weeks ago that Monica's silence is proof that she's irrelevant and that we were robbed by not having T-Bird instead of her on this season. And don't get me wrong, I love T-Bird. But just because Monica has been fairly quiet in the edit and therefore unlikely to win, it doesn't mean she'd be a bad player or that she's not playing every bit as hard as any other person out there. And I feel like what we saw this week is a testament to that. So there, Andy Baker. I added that last
Stick that in your oven.
Yeah. Oh, I got what you did there. Yeah, Andy Baker. Okay. She's clearly thinking long-term, and she has the right idea by wanting Spencer gone first off her tribe. Whether or not she succeeds, my money is on not based on the edit alone. I don't think it's fair to judge players solely on the outcome, since Survivor is a game that can, in the end, be won by only one person, and the edit can only show us one side of what's going on. More often than not, it's the story of the winners. Maybe she makes one mistake in her social game, which is why she fails to get her numbers together. But just because we wouldn't see it won't mean she doesn't have an adequate understanding of the game. So there, Andy, stick that in your oven.
Once again, last part added, not Miko.
I keep thinking he's done, and he's not. P.S., he says, I'm still proud of the fact that I voted Monica to be on this season. This is a reply to Andy's claim that Monica fans have gone into hiding after the season has started. P.P.S. Am I the only one who thought that? Oh, okay, he's off of the Monica thing. All right, so, Andy, there you go. P.P.S. Am I the only one who thought that Wu was actually trying to convince Abby into voting out Tasha or Savage, but she shut him down? I just felt like the editing of that scene was very weird and inconsistent. D&D, discuss if you haven't already. I didn't catch that myself.
I agree. I think they shut that edit down because it didn't tell into the storyline of Wu and Varner. They wanted to keep it on Wu and Varner, so I completely agree. And I also take back what I said. I think he's right. I think Kimmy is talking about Monica because couldn't you see Kimmy aligning with Wigglesworth because of their time they played and their maturity? And I'm thinking, she's probably talking about Monica. So you could be right. Monica could be short-term next episode or two.
Yeah.
Not good for the nerd herd.
All right. Next we have Will the Giant Ninja.
Something tells me there's going to be a mention of the Chicago Cubs.
Hey, it was prophesied in the movie Back to the Future.
Yes, it was. What's up, guys? It's Will from Wonder Lake again, a.k.a. the Giant Ninja. Now, when you read Will's feedback, do you ever hear his voice in your head and you try to do it in his voice?
Oh, yeah, always.
Because if you haven't heard Will's voice, you need to listen to our Die Hard podcast because he's on.
What's up, guys? Podcast. It's Will from Wonder Lake again, a.k.a. the Giant Ninja.
So the Cubs are in the National League Championship Series. I still can't believe it. Back to the Future for the win. No team is more capable of breaking my heart than the Cubs, so I can't buy in yet. But it's getting real. Get on board for history, folks. This is special. Speaking of history, the editors this week gave us tons of insightful quotations, which tells us the stories of the season so far. So, for my feedback this week, I'm going to highlight some of them and tell you where it means where it. So, let me do that again.
Yeah, that's easier for him to write than it is for you to say.
So, for my feedback this week, I'm going to highlight some of them and tell you where it means we're headed. And with any luck. Did I read it right?
Yes.
Okay. I couldn't read it again, so we'll move on. And with any luck, there'll be David's questions for Miko's challenge. Dwayne will have an aneurysm.
Yes, I probably will.
So, quote number 1. Abby has deep insecurities. Varner, this is the story of the season so far. 4 chances to get rid of her. 4 times she's chosen who went home, and always for emotional reasons. I think Savage said that, though. I've got my notes that Savage said that. I don't think Werner said it, but I'm not going to argue with Will. He's a lawyer. He could sue me. Mm-hmm. So I'd love to be Stevens JT. I'll give you second place. Jeremy, well, there you go. Possible winners, quote, if people play like they did before. Good point. Quote number 3. It's like this is a dead cove. Savage. The Anger Tribe won't win a single immunity challenge. I'm not saying these tribes wrong. I'm saying what Will is writing. The Anger Tribe won't win a single immunity challenge. They're dead men walking. The 2 who survive may become a force, but Abby and Wu won't make the second swap. I rather agree.
Okay.
And I even wrote down in my notes, are Savage and Tasha the next Malcolm and Denise? So, number 4, come on in, guys. Jeff Probst, just kidding. Number 5, if you lost Survivor your first time out, you need to do something different. This is Cass. Cass is playing a, all capitals, great game. I love me some Cass. She understands this second chance better than anyone, and she might end up being our second half narrator.
I agree. Cass, you have won my heart.
Well, she won my heart in Cagayan, but otherwise.
Well, she already had my heart, and you know that, but she won it again.
Number 6, if Abby's the one making the calls here, I might just squeak by another one. Varner. Oh, Jeff. No, Abby is loyal to one thing and one thing only, Abby's emotional reactions. This wasn't left in the episode to teach us about Jeff. It was left to tell us about the next one to trust, Abby. Wu, Savage, Tasha. She's not done hurting people's games. Number 7, when we first got to this camp, we were up 4-2, and now we're looking at voting off all the old Taco tribe. And I think I've said that tribe name right the whole podcast. So anyway.
I don't think you've ever had to say it.
I've said it at least twice.
Okay, say it for us.
Takeo.
There you go. Way to go, David.
Believe me, I write it out phonically every time I put it in my notes. This was Wu. Wu is the voice of reason. Really? Oh, wait a minute. He said, Wu is the voice of reason? Really? Wu? Yes. You were up 4-2, and you threw that away, and now it looks like none of you 4 will survive to the second swap. Good point. Number 8, it feels good to be wanted. It feels good to be wanted. Abby Maria, welcome to Abby's entire game in one pithy sentence.
Your imitation of Abby was as bad as any of mine ever.
Of your I forget somebody's foreign accent you were doing that you didn't do very well either.
I don't do anybody's accent well except for Keith.
Number 9,
he doesn't say anything, so
the spit. Number 9, I am that pivotal player that's going to stay loyal. This is Wu. Welcome to Wu's entire game in one pithy sentence. Number 10, wow, the entire Anger tribe. Well said.
Yes.
Bonus, I am very grateful. Varner, well said, brother. You were an absolute joy to watch. MVP of the early season, no question. Speaking for the audience, we're grateful for having been able to watch you play this amazing game again. Well, that's it for this week. Hopefully next Wednesday, while you're watching Survivor, I'll be celebrating the Cubs' first World Series berth of my father's lifetime. Go Cubs, go. Later, peeps. Will at the Giant Ninja.
Nice, Will. All right, next we have Wendy. It's an audio feedback, so let's hope my audio continues to work. Here we go.
Hey, Dwayne and David. This is Wendy from South Dakota, calling in with a little feedback. I'm going to have to be short and sweet tonight. Got a football game to go to, my little guy's last game of the year. First thing, you have to really give Andrew Savage a lot of credit for muscling through that reward challenge. That had to be brutal to be that far down on energy. And then at one point he was behind. It would be so easy to just give up. And he just kept trudging through and came back and won it for his tribe. So that was quite a win for them. I was kind of hoping that would turn the tide in that tribe. I still don't understand why they're not voting off Abby. She seems to have trouble with everybody she talks to. I mean, this tonight it was Tasha. So I guess I just don't get it. It probably has something to do with Jeff and his COPD, but I'm ready for her to go home. I'm going to try to be kind and say it that way. I'm excited to see what happens next week. They didn't show us them splitting them back up into two tribes again, but I'm not really sure how they can do anything but that. But I'm sure there's 1,000 theories on what they might do. But it's a great season. I'm glad Wu didn't go home. I was still sad to see Varner go. He was really quite a character, but I think physically he was struggling. So, but he fought to stay. He put a valiant effort into his speech to stay. But it was a good episode. But it was sad to see Varner go. Anyway, I will talk to you next week, and take care. Bye.
Yay! Thank you, Wendy.
I can vouch for the first part of her feedback, which was short and sweet, because I've actually met Wendy and two of her daughters and had lunch or dinner with her at Calabash Seafood, North Carolina. She's a very short and sweet lady. She's kind of short. She's very sweet. Yes, give Savage a lot of credit for winning that challenge after living in the dead cove for so long.
Yeah.
I think we talked enough about why they were keeping Abby. I think they're making the right decision to keep Abby, but hey, we don't always get what we want.
I don't think Wendy enjoys watching Abby play as much as I do.
No, I don't think so either.
That's not the impression I get.
No, I did not get that either. And also, back in Philippines, I heard the first boom, but I didn't hear the second one. Back in Philippines, let's see, they took Matsing down to 2 people, Malcolm and Denise. So I wouldn't be surprised if they did the same thing here. I hope they wouldn't, but I wouldn't. It wouldn't be even to take one person from each tribe. It's still 6 and 6 and 4. So what is that? That's 16. So they have to go down one more, and then they could do another reshuffle, 5 and 5 and 5, right? So that would be interesting.
All right, I'm back.
Yeah.
Wow. Sorry, David. At least it didn't go out during her feedback.
Yeah, that would have been bad. So let's see.
You write them. We read them. iTunes reviews.
All right. Tonight we have one new iTunes review for this week. It is from Byzantine, 5 stars, and they titled the review, "This is the best Survivor fans podcast around, period." Thank you very much. You can read the full review over at iTunes. Leave your own. You can also leave your own review by clicking the link on the front page of our website. It's our Survivor Talk logo. When you scroll down and you see the featured things, Movie Talk is on the right, Survivor Talk is on the left. Thank you. It really helps. Our podcast is moving up the charts on iTunes, especially when you subscribe. Thank you. That's been...
You write them. We read them. iTunes reviews.
It is time for Nicholas Challenge. It is time for Nicholas Challenge.
All right, David. I know you can't see me, right?
What does that mean? Are you doing something?
No, it's that my camera's out. I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
You know, I really need to get off this whole beta program. I know I've said that 100 times.
Mm-hmm. More than 100. So let's see.
Hello? Did I lose you again?
Nope, you're back.
Okay. Gosh. Could this get any more annoying?
We'll get through this. We got just a couple things left.
All right. David had.
Nope, he went out again. So what he was about to say was David has 29 points in Miko's challenge, and Dwayne has 21 points in Miko's challenge. So even if David, and this week we've only got 5 quotes. Like Miko said, he wasn't feeling too good, but he still worked through. He savaged through. He got his 5 quotes apiece.
Okay, I'm back.
And I hear you. And so even if I miss all 5, Dwayne still can't catch me this week.
That's right.
You're awesome.
Yeah, way to go. I'm just going to leave it on you the whole rest of the show. All right, David.
On behalf of the world, thank you a lot for that. So, you go first or me?
I'll go first. Quote number 1, vindication for me, absolutely.
Oh, that's that was savage after the I think it was after the first reward challenge.
Yes, it was. Way to go, David. Go ahead, next.
Quote number 1, she's someone I will always have trouble trusting.
She's someone I will always have trouble trusting. Kelly.
Nope. Spencer said it. I think he said it about Wigglesworth to Jeremy.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get that one either.
All right. I know they're going to come after me.
Oh, that was Jeremy talking about his idol.
Crud.
Quote number 2, this is a team win.
Ooh, that was Kelly.
Yes, it was. Right after they won the immunity challenge.
Yeah. Yeah, nice try, Miko. Because that was kind of hidden in there. She wasn't even facing the camera when she said it. It was an offhand remark. He's trying to get me.
So we picked it out.
Number 3, I'm kind of withering away.
That had to be somebody from Angle. Was that Savage?
No, it was Joe. No, it was not Savage. It was Woo.
Oh, okay. Quote number 3. This is my second chance, so I'm going to do what I have to do.
Tasha.
Nope.
Who was it? Varner?
Yep.
Yeah. I felt like Varner was the obvious one, so I thought it would be Tasha. Way to go, Dwayne. Overthinking it.
Well, I can tell you this. It won't be Varner next week.
It's all about being able to outlast one another.
Woohoo!
Yes. Gummit. All right, go ahead.
Quote number 4, I don't think he's being completely truthful.
Dadgummit, I hate this game.
Come on, we talked about this.
But I don't like this game because I never. That was Monica. That was Monica.
It was, but it's not as good when you get upset in the dark. So we'd rather see.
I'm sorry. It was Monica. All right, number 5, win when it counts.
That's Spencer. That's
yes.
After they won.
Can you get any more easy ones than you are? Gosh.
Quote number 5.
Yes.
This is tough. So listen carefully. I can't hear.
Keith. I can't believe he actually gave me a Keith one. I am so surprised. That is actually an easy one.
All right, real quick before we close out, were you going to go over the fantasy point? We weren't going to go over fantasy points or anything, were we?
No, you can get the let's not, since we're having technical problems.
Okay.
You can get, although we will say that for the first time ever, the Cool Cats have won an episode.
Yes.
And the first time ever in the D&D challenge, I think I've never won an episode. I don't think.
I think you won the first one last year when you had the first vote out.
Oh.
But because you got like 15 points right off the bat.
Yeah. So I'll update that page tonight. Of course, you can go right there to check on your own team by checking on your players.
Well, let me do this real quick since I got
it.
And since I'm still working.
Okay.
Still leading in total points is our friend Kelly, Lady Wentworth.
Nice.
But right behind her is Tasha and Jeremy. They've both had 2 really good weeks after that. Then comes tied for 4th is Spencer, Andrew, and Jeff. Then in 7th by herself, it's Abby Maria, who I think is going to get more and more points as we go, followed by Steven in 8th place. It must be all the challenge wins. Then there's Cass, then Joe, Sierra, Terry. Tied for 13th is Monica and Keith. Then there's Kimmy and Kelly Wigglesworth down in 15th and 16th. Also tied with Vetus is Kelly Wigglesworth at 23 points. And then Woo is the lowest ranked player still in the game, Nerd Herder, at number 18. 19 is Shireen, and 20 is PG, who will always be 20th because she can't get any more points and nobody can get less points.
Wow. And she's on my team.
She was on your team, correct.
Well, she's still on my team. She's just not earning any more points.
Excellent point. That's it.
I mean, because if they pull a second chance in the second chance and the first 4 people voted off get to come back in the game as a new tribe that's immune for 3 weeks.
Please no.
Well, y'all,
I know what you're doing. Go ahead.
Thank you for sitting through some of our technical difficulties. I think what I'm going to do this week is look up how to get off of the beta program and only have the actual current operating system on my computer. So this should never happen again. We do apologize for that. Thank you for tuning in. We do have the best and most amazing listeners anywhere. That's you. Thank you. Of course, a huge thank you to our D&D patrons. I think we have 28 who support us monthly for as little as $1 a month. They also enjoy some patron perks. In fact, patrons get $2 off their shirt order. So become a patron. If you want to Survivor Talk all week long, join the Facebook group, stwdd.com/Facebook, and follow us on Twitter at Survivor_Talk. Remember to check out our website, stwdd.com. We have Katya, we have Shayna, we have Brian, and we have Alex, all writing blogs every single week about Survivor. So go to our website. While you're there, hey, you might as well, after you visit our website, go shopping at Amazon. There's, links on our website, so you don't even have to type it in. You just click on the link if you want. Whatever. Any final words, David?
Great episode. I've got a lot more notes to cover, but I'm not going to cover them since we're wrapping up. No.
It's funny because whenever you write a lot of notes, you spend a lot of time reading your notes during our show.
Because I want to say what I wrote down, and I just want to cover it, but and then you're always pushing me along. So
no, but what's funny is like I'll say all this stuff, and you'll be looking at your notes while I'm talking, and then you'll go, okay, and then you'll say everything I said. You'll just read it because you're just reading your notes and you weren't listening to anything I was saying. That's okay. We're best friends. Best friends do that. All right, so there you go. All right, thanks again for listening, everybody. That's all I got. How about you, David?
I'm good.
All right, see you, everybody.
See ya.